when it goes all wrong when you are not of right mind. Baltimore City is now being called on to change its ways as civil rights groups are pointing to a recent officer-involved shooting in Northeast Baltimore.
Unless we change the way we do things, this is going to happen again.
WMAR 2 News' Eddie KADHIM is live for us at police headquarters downtown, and they got a list, Eddie, of demands for the mayor, state's attorney, and the police department, right?
Yeah, Jamie, this group wants to see reform to dispatch, training, and the personnel that's sent out to these types of situations. For his part, Commissioner Michael Harrison has said that everybody in the department is going to go through 40 hours of crisis intervention training, but these groups say that's not enough.
I guess, paranoid or schizophrenic.
A 911 call from a family member trying to get help for a mental health crisis. For 10 minutes, these officers talked to this man identified as Ricky Walker Jr. He can be heard repeatedly saying, "They're going to kill me." And the Baltimore City police officers try to calm him down. When he points a gun, the officers shoot him several times.
Relying on police to handle what we call behavioral health crises or mental health crises really provides a one-way path back to institutional settings, either jails or state hospitals, or even in extreme circumstances like Mr. Walker's case, injury, and in even more serious cases, death.
David Prater is the managing attorney at Disability Rights Maryland. He says when institutions for mental health patients started to close down, leaders promised to make community-based mental services available. He and other civil rights organizations leaders wrote a letter to the mayor, police commissioner, state's attorney, and health department. In it, they list 4 demands,
including 24 mobile crisis teams, including crisis stabilization centers, an ability to take calls from 911 and connect them with services.
Walker was arrested 10 days before he was shot, and that time police said he was in the street naked, shooting at cars. Investigators say in both incidents, Walker was armed, but Prater says there are times when officers are called and there is no imminent threat, and that needs to change.
Dispatch and their 911 call center and identifying calls where police response is not needed.
David Roca with the ACLU of Maryland says it's not the officers' fault that they were put in this situation, but the system's fault for not having a better plan.
They're not trained or equipped to deal with this, was not de-escalation. In fact, their mere presence with guns and handcuffs was itself escalating, which you can see, which any human being can see simply by watching the video and watching him get more agitated and say over and over again, "They're here to kill me."
We reached out to police for a response to the letter and an update on Walker's condition and his case. They didn't get back to us yet. We do know that he is facing first-degree assault charges. Live outside the Baltimore City Police headquarters, Eddie KADHIM, WMAR 2 News.
Well,